Welcome back to another Thursday video, guys. Today we're going to talk about our Starlink.
We're going to give you a full unboxing. We bought it about 4 months ago and we've only just got around to our review video. We're going to tell you whether it's worth it, whether we think that it's something that you need on the road, or maybe it's not, or anyway, you'll find out at the end of the video. Let's head to the unboxing. We got Starlink. We have been struggling so much with our internet the last few weeks.
Ever since we left, we've struggled.
Yeah, okay. So for 3 months we've struggled. So we were like, stuff it, we're buying Starlink.
Yeah.
Because we looked into getting one of the selfies and people were like, yeah, they're good, but
you have to have reception.
You have to have reception, and there's going to be a lot of places, especially as we go further north of WA, where we're not going to have any reception at all. And so we were like, let's do it. So we noticed that Starlink had 50% off their, what do you call it, hardware. That was like a New Year Christmas deal, I think.
I think it was $445.
It was half price when we bought it, and I think it's now gone back up to full price. But it is then the RV version, which means that it's $170 a month, and you can pay for a month but then not pay for a couple of months if that's if you don't need it. So if you're on the road and you're going to be in a major city for a month, then you don't need to buy it for that month. We're going to unbox it and then we're going to give it a bit of a run, and then we're going to give you a bit of a review of what we think.
I'm looking forward to it because our YouTube video won't upload.
We were not going to film it today, and then we were like, we need it.
Yeah, we need to use it.
So let's flip a Rooney. No, up the other way.
Oh, cardboard.
This is what we're dealing with.
That one's ASMR.
So this is what you get. Got the base, and then you've got the dish, which we've already made dirty by the looks. And then what do? Just pop it in the top. Oh my god, it's not like they're light on cable. Oh, I was like, oh my god, it's broken, but it's got that on the front. Oh, this is the instructions. Don't touch the white bit.
No touchies.
And then it says plug it in to the back. Does it tell me how to open this? Oh, that's a clip. Is it? Ah, okay, so that's clipped in. Is the cord around the front? Oh, the cord's already in. Okay, so that's good.
I knew that the whole time, but I just didn't want to say anything.
And then this end must go into this bit.
Yeah.
Which is like, I assume, like the router equivalent. So that just slots. It was like that. Just slots in that hole, I think. And that's in. So does that mean it's on?
You gotta plug it in first, but yeah.
Oh yeah, we've got to plug it into the power, and then you download the app. You've probably seen heaps of unboxings before and you're like, what are these people doing? And then we plug this in to the wall. Okay, it's in. So we need to plug this into the wall. I realised the caravan was a mess and that you probably thought we were grot, so I just made the bed. Grab all your bits. We're gonna plug it in because this is where our inverter plug is. Turn it on. Cool. Now, well, what you need to do is you need to put it out so it's in no way of interference to like your car or like a house or like an awning. So we're gonna move it out into the open. And then I suppose we just download the app. We're going well so far. So I've just downloaded the app. I'm gonna press start setup. We've got the one on the top left. It doesn't say what the name is. Check for obstructions. I don't think, oh my god, it's moved.
Oh, it has too.
So I would say we don't have any obstructions. Would you say? So I have a location. Plug in your Starlink. Plug in your power cables. We've done that. We're ahead of the times. Next, join the network. Join your Starlink Wi-Fi network. Can take about 30 seconds to appear. Okay, open up our Wi-Fi. Can take 30 seconds. So let's have a little squiz. I don't think we're stinky. There's a Wi-Fi called Stinky. Let me try turning it off and on again. You were not gonna cope, but it was called Stinky.
What was?
The network name. I was so confused. I was like, why the hell is it not coming up? But it's Stinky. Wi-Fi network name, Lil Jake. So it was probably 5 minutes where it was configuring, and then now it is complete. And we pressed done, I think. We're offline. What? We're online. Victory. That's exciting. So already, we were just looking at the speed test. 150 megabytes per second.
This morning, I was getting 20 on my phone, but the upload speed was the main thing, and I was getting 0.4. So it wasn't moving at all. It said that the video had 127 hours to go until it went up.
So anyway, let's try and upload this video now. So now we've had the Starlink for about 4 months. We've got a pretty good idea of what it's like and what we like. So let's start off with the pros, I suppose. What do you think is a really good thing about Starlink?
You can get internet where there's no reception, which is pretty much what it's sold as. That's good. That's pretty much the pro of it. That's that's it, really.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I guess
it's pretty fast.
It is, yeah. It is pretty fast. It's not insane, but it's fast. Like, I mean, we never struggle with it.
But to be honest, there are probably for us a lot more downsides than there are positives.
Definitely.
We think it's really expensive.
Yeah.
It's $173 a month.
174.
$4 a month. And we haven't paused it at any stage, even though we haven't used it for probably a full month, because it's just a bit too tricky to deal with. It's also really big.
Yeah.
It's super bulky. We're really struggling to work out a good place to store it.
Yeah, it'd be nice if it had like a bag or something, and you've always got to remember, before you turn it off, you've got to go into your app and make it fold up, otherwise it's just really bad. And if you turn it off and unplug it first and you've forgotten, then it's just sitting in this big awkward position. So yeah, that's hard. We actually have the dish sitting on our back seat because we just don't have a good spot for it.
Maybe you've got some ideas of how you store your Starlink and you might be able to help us out, so comment down below if you do, because that would help us a lot.
Yeah.
Because I feel like every time we pack it up, we want to pull our hair out.
Cord is so annoying. Also, I feel like the cord is like properly wired in, and it's not an easy one to replace if it gets damaged, and so I'm always wigging about the cord. It's just not just a normal cord that you could replace.
The next thing would be, you can't always get internet.
Yep.
There's been plenty of times where we've been stuck in between trees and you just simply can't get it when you're out. Well, even if there's like a little bit of access to the sun and they can see the satellites, it just drops in and out like something chronic. You couldn't call a friend and have a phone call with them.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Like in the trees, like we just don't bother with it. You see, we were really struggling with the internet, and that's why we got it. Just because, like, trying to upload videos and things like that, and then every time that we've needed it, we've always been camped somewhere with trees, and we've got to drive anyway and try and find somewhere else to set it up. It's a pain. And also, we don't have an inverter in the ute, so we have to bring the caravan if we're going to set it up. Like, we can't just chuck Starlink in the ute. I mean, that's sort of our problem, but how many people, if you've got an inverter in your caravan, like, how many people also have an inverter in their ute? And that gets to another thing. It uses heaps of power. It uses like more power than our 94 litre Dometic fridge freezer. It uses, from what I've gathered, it uses 4.5 amp hours, or like, I think it's 45 watt hours or the equivalent. It's a lot. So with our old battery system, we couldn't run it. Like, I think that's actually what ruined our old battery system. Like, we were fine until we got Starlink, and it was just so much power we just couldn't keep up. I mean, we're fine now with the iTech stuff, but it's a lot of power.
So I suppose when it comes down to it, would we recommend it? Yes and no. We would recommend it if you were posting videos on YouTube twice a week and you were desperate for some internet and you'd do anything to get it. But if you are a family of 4 traveling around Australia and you could live 3, 4, 5 days without internet, I would not be recommending Starlink to you. I just don't feel like you need it.
No way.
Not for the cost and not for the hassle of not always having access to the sky.
If you're not working, I wouldn't bother.
100%.
Yeah.
But I suppose it comes down to personal preference.
It does, yeah. It definitely does. I mean, if you've got the money and you've got the space, like I guess why not? But
if 2 young people were coming up to us and asking if they should get Starlink, we'd say no. No, absolutely not.
No, and I think one of the reasons why it pushed me over the line to get it originally was the fact that I'd be like, I feel safer having it. Like, and if something happened to us, you know, we could get Starlink up and then we'd have reception or whatever. But if something happened to us, like for example, like a snake bite or something, we didn't have reception, it still takes 20 minutes for someone to set Starlink up and it to get online. So it's not like...
Can I just say I never thought it was going to be a safety feature.
Well, I did, yeah. I just thought, you know, if we break down somewhere...
That's quite niche. But you know, yeah, I do understand the idea.
Yeah, and that was one of the things, you know, I was like, we don't need to get a satellite phone for when we're going remote because we've got Starlink.
Anyway, we hope you've enjoyed this review video and we hope that if you come and watch this, you think, oh, maybe I'll have another long think about whether I need it. And I mean, absolutely, if you're working, get it. But you have to remember that it's not a perfect system. Yeah,
there's a lot of opinions out there on Starlink. And this is ours.
So go and give it a thumbs up if you liked this video. Otherwise, we will see you on Sunday as per usual.
Alright, we'll see you on Sunday, guys.
Bye.
Ciao for now.